So I'm just going to look at basic job entry now within simPRO. So I'm on the dashboard here, and I just hover over jobs and then go into new job. So this will give me the entry for the service job screen. So I can enter now the main details that I need to know. So we've got customer information. So if I just start typing a customer name, then it will find the appropriate customers. If they're not in the system, you can press create new and put information in to create a new customer, and we do have a separate video on that one. I can select a site, and if there's a different site contact, you can select that too. So an example of where you might have a different site contact is if you work for a real estate company and someone there has booked the job, but when you go to site, you need to be speaking to the landlord, for example. An order number is appropriate if you've got work orders or purchase order numbers, and then a description of the work that's going to be performed. So here we'll just put, for example, for the moment, that we're going to check power, which is reported as being out. Now, further down, I can put salesperson on the job. It's defaulted to me, and I can have a due date that will set off things like alerts in the system. So if I was to set this due as tomorrow, then it will start alerting me if it's not been completed by that date. Now here you can see the smart scheduler. So there's a few bits of setup in here which we'll talk about. So on the availability, I need to select an amount of time. So I think it's going to take 2 hours. Now here we can see we've got 4 staff on in the morning, and they're all available because we're greened out. So if I look, say, maybe at tomorrow morning, click on there, then I'll see Gary can start at 6, Dan starts at 7, the admin news we wouldn't worry about, and Bob starts at 7 as well. So those 3 times are given to me as when they can all start. Now, this is based on the setup of the employee, and we do have another longer video on this, but I'll just show you the area where this comes from. So if I go into a particular employee, then there's address details here which are important, and also schedule details here. So if I now say that I want to calculate distance, what that will do is it'll work out how far these 3 people are from this site. So based on it being the first job of the day, all 3 people need to come from home, and I can see that Dan's closest to this site, so maybe I'll give him the job. If this was booked to Dan, and then we booked another job, what it would do is tell you how far Dan has to come from the job before. So this job's at Down Street in Collingwood. If the next one is in a different location, it will show you how far away they are. So I'm going to select to assign this to Dan, and then I'm going to go up and finish to save the job back. So job 207 has been submitted. I can view the jobs and see the job in the list here. And if I go into the schedule, into the day view, and remember to look at tomorrow because we booked it for tomorrow, then you'll see this job's been booked in from 7 till 9.